Hello everybody, Speef33, Jake Open, whatever else you want to know me by or call me. I am back with another of my early on recordings, some gameplay slash kind of review, whatever you want to call it. I'm not really sure what I do yet. I just know I like to play games and share my experiences. So if you want to call it a let's play or review or whatever, feel free. Anyway, we are in The Long Dark. This is a game by Hinterland Studios, based in Canada. A bunch of ex-big AAA developers and team members on other big projects and big companies all splintered off, created their own, as we call everything these days, indie studio. And but I would say, as indies go, these guys are a kind of a larger indie. I think they're probably pushing 20 people by now, if not more. Anyway, they're excellent. Really enjoy the team. Raphael van Lierop, who is the head of the studio. Easy to find him out there. He's made himself pretty seen pushing his this game and his new studio. And yeah, he's a really good guy. Speaks candidly, speaks well. Doesn't just tell you what you want to hear necessarily. He just yeah, I think he brings it real, and I think you can really feel it in his game here, or in their game. This is a really great game. It's outdoor survival is the real short and long of it. Your plane crash lands in the northern Canadian wilderness in, all I can surmise is, the dead of winter. And yeah, you gotta live. That's it. I mean, it sounds real basic, but it's incredible. Right now it's in alpha 0.244. I have been playing this since very early alpha. I bought into the Kickstarter at a pretty premium level. I was just very impressed with the professionalism and just the quality I saw, and I really wanted to back it. I've backed a lot of other games too, but not at the same level I have with this one. And I'll be honest, I got a few bucks for my birthday. Found this around my birthday, so it all kind of just came together. So anyway, I've been playing this for well over 150 hours. My Steam doesn't quite capture all of it because I was playing it before it was even on Steam. I think my Steam hours are around 122 or so. So I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on it. It's constantly evolving though. They're really growing it. They really listen to the community extremely well. They do a really wonderful job of doing that. And I've even had conversations and bounce back from Hinterland Studios CEO and head honcho himself. He's answered some of my posts and some of my emails, and I got to say that was kind of a nerd out awesome moment for me when you come home and see your inbox is filled with responses, not just from some robot or some person at a desk whose job is to just pound out responses, but from the actual guy himself. And so yeah, it was very flattering, and that just really drove home just how awesome this team is. So anyway, let's get in here. Right now it's sandbox only. There will be a full story mode where your name is Will McKenzie. You're a bush pilot and your plane crashes after a geomagnetic storm, and it'll be driven by, the story is basically your survival. How will you survive? And as they like to their mantra is, how far will you go to survive? So there'll be some NPCs and other things, obviously some tough choices coming your way. How far will you go to survive, right? So but right now it's just sandbox, and when I say just sandbox, I really shouldn't say it in a down tone at all, because it's still freaking amazing. You got three ways you can start. You can start as a pilgrim, which is for people that are just getting in, maybe not real game savvy, or who just really don't play games for the difficulty, but just for the experience, or maybe they want to speed run it or something. Of course, you really can't speed run this. There is no real end game. You just see how far and how long you can survive. Anyways, pilgrim level, voyager level, stalker level. Stalker level is tough, not gonna lie. It's pretty real. It's what I like to play on. It's ridiculously hard. You're probably gonna see me die a lot and relatively fast. Voyager is a good one to start on, I think, get the mechanics down, and then jump up to Stalker. Just like every other survival game, you got to manage hunger, you got to manage thirst, you got to manage sleep, you got to manage your health. You can sprain ankles, break legs, get sick, all those other things you see in other games, but I really feel like, hands down, it's implemented and executed in this far better than I've ever seen it in any other game. Graphics I love. I love the graphics. It's kind of cell shaded, I guess. Not really cartoony, but just whatever you call this style. It's very unique, and I absolutely love it. Stunning colors, stunning. I feel cold when I'm in this game. I mean, when the wind comes up, and the sound is amazing as well. It really pulls you in, and I've got it really turned down so you guys can hear my voice. But yeah, take my word for it. It sounds amazing. Graphics are amazing. It's just great. So let's stop talking and get in. So we're going to go hardest level. You can now choose male or female. No plus or minus here. It's you don't get any bonus either way. So at least not for right now. So I'm going to jump in male just because why not, right? You got a few places you can start off at. You can go random start, which is new. Pleasant Valley's locked because you have to discover it. Okay, I had to jump out there. Anyway, picking up here, we can choose your region. As I was saying, the Mystery Lake, which was the very first area that they ever opened up in the game, the Coastal Highway, and the Pleasant Valley. They're all interconnected. But you got to discover them before you can play it off the top. So I have not yet discovered Pleasant Valley, which you need to go through Mystery Lake to get to the Coastal Highway and travel through there to the Pleasant Valley, which then will open everything. Let's just start at Mystery Lake, just because that is where the game started, and it's a great place to start. So let's jump in here. So, as you can see, geomagnetic storm has brought us your plane down in the northern Canadian wilderness. How long can you survive? That really is the entire purpose of the game. Is they have some really great quotes as well, I should add. Just how many days can you make it? My record, I believe, is like 15. There's people I've read on the net that are just ridiculously good, and they're like at 70 or 80 days. There might be some people, I'm sure, by now that have gone over 100, which is amazing. There is loot. You find loot. There's abandoned shacks. There's all kinds of stuff, as you'll see here. We'll just get cracking. So as you can see, very, very white, very snowy. You do leave tracks, as do other animals, which is great for hunting and other purposes. There's a bunny rabbit over there. Yes, you could hunt him. By hand, you're not going to catch him, so it's not even worth it. There are some rifles in the game. Real hard to come by, and ammo's extremely scarce. So it's definitely make your shots count kind of stuff. But they are out there. Yeah. You got to gather wood. You got to gather water, gather food. Let's check out this real quick. So here's kind of your menu. You got your equipment. You can see it's a backpack view. Last time I played, and I don't think I've read anywhere they've changed it, that you can find a larger backpack. I haven't seen that yet. But what it is based on is pounds. So see up here, you got a 66-pound limit. Obviously, the more you carry, the more encumbered you become, and the harder that you work, so therefore the faster you burn calories. So weight management's pretty important. Here is some of the stuff I have on me right now, right off the bat. Stuff does wear down, clothing wears down, and it wears down at a very fast rate. No, it's not quote-unquote real, but again, hands are tied with just how real can you make it versus making it challenging, and sort of real in that stuff is going to break down in real life over time, but how do you capture that within a game environment that you're going to play for an hour or two each night? You got to accelerate it, and basically what I'm trying to say to make it feasible. So this is our general backpack. This is everything. We have our equipment for first aid and health. If you get hurt, you got to sometimes combine stuff, and I'll show you that. I'm sure I will get hurt. Here's your clothing and your wear level, out of 100%. So as you can see, my little wool undergarment here is at 29%, not real good. So when I click on it, thin wool sweater, see it breaks it down for you. It is warming me, so it is giving me some warmth. Weighs 1.1 pounds. Gives you exactly the warmth and exactly the wind chill bonus. So how much wind chill does it keep off of you? You're going to see we're going to get some blizzards and the wind starts rocking at 60, 70 miles an hour. It can get to 40 or 50 below real quick, and you get cold fast. So how much of this can help you? Little description of what it is, and you got some actions. You can take it off. You can harvest it, so you can harvest stuff. As you see here, you can get cloth, and you can repair other stuff with cloth if you have the right equipment to do so, or the right bench to, table to work at. Excuse me. It tells you how long to harvest. 30 minutes. This game's also very time-based. Everything takes time. And as time goes, so does your hunger, so does your cold, so does your sleep. So you gotta, as you can see, it's a real balance. You gotta really balance everything out. Here's your food. Right now, got nothing. Here's our equipment, cover general stuff. I do have some accelerant, bedroll, got some cardboard matches, one flare. Flare's good. A lot of wolves in this game. Wolves are nasty. They are hungry and they're looking for meat, and you happen to be it. They will also hunt big game. You'll see some big game running around. And what's cool is that if you let them do all the work, especially if you don't have a weapon yet, let them take it down, maybe approach them, throw a flare. You might get lucky, it might scare them off. You might be able to jump in and harvest some of that fresh meat that they just killed before they get it. It's a little insider tip. Doesn't always work though. Sometimes you approach it, throw the flare, thing looks at you, and then comes and chews your face off. And here's our wood. This is what to make fires with. There's no real necessarily crafting or base building or anything. That would be really cool, but it's not really the premise and the aim of this game as they had put it. But I do have a tinder plug. I could start a small fire, but of course I have nothing else to burn, so I'd have to gather some wood. And that's right here, forage wood. So you can forage wood. You can choose what your aim is. Soft woods are easier to get than hardwoods. Again, everything takes time. You can see just sitting here talking, my calories are dropping. I think you start with around 2,000. I think you can max at 3,500. You get below 0, you start losing your health pretty quickly. Get to 0 health, and you're dead. Ooh, excuse me. And here's, so let's say like I wanted to go for one tinder plug. It would take me 30 minutes. It would burn me 100 calories. So again, we got a balance here, right? If we had a tool like a hatchet or anything else to use, we could use that or not use it. You don't have to. It's really cool to have the option, and of course it's going to speed everything up, and your haul can be better. Here's our log. Anything that important that happened on days. It's kind of fun to look at that, see what you've done or not done. But I don't usually use the log much. First aid, again, we were talking about earlier. If you get hurt, here's a breakdown. Here's kind of your, as we say in our medical field I work in, the naked man portrait, and it breaks down what's hurt and where it's hurt and what over here. If you click on it, it'll tell you what you need to do to fix it. So it's not just enough to throw a bandage on it. If you got a cut, you gotta put a bandage and maybe some cream to clean it or some antiseptic or something. It'll break it down for you. I'm going to back out real quick here because as you can see, there's a wolf. And he's certainly going to be interested in me here quickly. See how it says lower left corner, it says warmer. Wind direction matters. So if the wind's coming out of a certain direction and you get behind like a rock wall, it's going to actually warm you up. So again, pretty sweet, kind of real life-ish. You're going to want to build fires in places like this where the wind's not going to get you. Your guy will talk, or your girl, whichever your character, will give you clues verbally as to what's going on with their condition. If they're getting cold, they're going to make cold sounds. If they're getting desperate, they're going to make desperate sounds. Wolves will growl at you. That's when you kind of know they've kind of scented you or have your presence, and they'll also howl. As they get closer, they really get loud and pretty vicious sounding. So we're going to move on here. Plus, we got to start finding some stuff here. We're already burning calories pretty quickly. So let's go look for some stuff. I haven't played this for a little while. Been on to some other games and just kind of letting them develop it. So I know there's some new stuff I've read in terms of gathering resources. In fact, I think I see 2 of them here. Hoping I can gather these just by hand. We're about to find out. This is my first foray into discovering these things. So tool required. Okay, so I cannot gather those at this time. There's some of that wildlife I was telling you about. I think that's an elk. I'm not 100% outdoor wildlife knowledgeable, but in my limited scope, I think that's an elk. Looks like an elk. Tastes like an elk. Must be an elk, right? Okay. So you can see up there, little bunny rabbit on the hillside. Again, usable, like we touched on earlier. But in our current state, with nothing, really not going to do us any good. These things will spook and run with sound or anything else. So, you know, you can crouch, as I am doing now, holding down left control. I've got mine toggled so that I instantly, you know, it's toggleable, so I just have to click it. Some of that really good music, kind of loud, probably overdoing my voice a little bit right now. It's very minimalistic, which I really like, but it's very good. I'm going to actually tune it down a little bit here, just because I'm pretty sure that's probably drowning me out. So let's go here. Let's just move that voice down there. Confirm. Back. And back. I'm back in game. I'm not really sure that did much of anything, but I will figure it out and edit it if I need to. Gotta love editing software. So, lower right corner, you see I'm freezing at this moment. I am really cold. And my condition is now less than 100%. I'm down to 97%. That reaches 0, you're dead. And you enter the long dark. So we don't want that. So I see a train track coming up here. And of course, like I said before, I've got a lot of hours in this, and virtually all of them are on this map. So I know it pretty well, but there's still some things I've read people finding that I have not found. And word is they've also added...
So cold, I'm warming up again.
That's probably not a good thing. We're warming up from being cold. That's probably a little bass-ackward. So let's get them warm. Birds are... I'll give you another little insider tip, if you will. Birds... These, you know, scavengers will fly over dead things. So anytime you see a flock of birds chilling out above you, or you hear them and you don't see them, try to find them. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be flying over a corpse, or whether it's human or animal, and you could loot that corpse and hopefully get some goodies to help you survive. So I actually see 2 groups here, so that's telling me either A, they've made the groups bigger in their updates, or there's maybe 2 bodies to find here. So again, let's see. I have noticed sometimes they have buried things in the snow with barely anything sticking out to really indicate that you needed to, you know, look there. Like, for instance, like that. Crow feather. Well, let's pick it up. So let's take it. Oh, making arrows. I haven't done that before. Sweet. Alright, let's go in. No, let's not go in there because I can't. Psych. Let's cruise around here. There is no jump or climb per se. You just got to kind of line it up and make it happen. Kind of silly, I guess, but I'm sure that makes making maps a lot easier for the developer if they don't have you jumping all over the place exploiting. Oh, snap. Look at this. A hunting rifle. This is the earliest I've ever found a hunting rifle. Well, that's sweet. Oh, what's up, buddy? Not looking so good. Bummer for this guy. You can see you're searching. It takes time. And, wow, thanks, bud. Had nothing. Shouldn't have said anything before I met you. Metal container. Everything takes a certain amount of time to loot. Beef jerky, big time. That's good. You can see it's 81% quality, so it's pretty good shape. I'm not going to get sick eating it. Doesn't weigh a whole lot, and it provides 350 calories. That's a pretty good jump. So we're definitely going to take that. Nothing else in there. Let's check our condition here. Okay. Fatigue, not bad. Again, as the longer you're awake, the more you walk, the more you run, faster that's going to go up. Cold, pretty self-explanatory. Get cold, this turns red. Could have thought they would have done it blue, but hey, that's just me. Hunger, again, pretty self-explanatory. Thirst, same thing. Still got 1600. This is a lot slower countdown than when I first started playing this game. Early alpha, this mother was just clocking down like a calorie every half second or more. It was ridiculous. It was actually kind of a joke on the forums, how fast you got hungry and thirsty. So they've really tuned it down, which I think is great. They listen to the feedback with that. You'll notice too, over here it gives you the weather, feels like, and it gives you the real actual temperature, the wind chill. You don't get wind speed, but you don't really need it. You just need to know what the wind chill is. My clothing warmth is +4, not a lot. And the wind chill bonus +2, not a lot. So anyways, take all this up, add it all up, and you get 7 degrees. And you can do it in Celsius for my imperial, yeah. For all my metric friends, how about that? For all my metric peeps, you can change it to Celsius. Of course, it's a Canadian game. Of course you can, right? Okay, where was I before? We did log, not much there, but again, it'll bring up things that you've done. See, I'm freezing. I found a derailment. Kind of cool. Don't use it a lot. First aid, no afflictions. We talked about that real quick. Start a fire. So right now, as you can see, I don't even have the fuel to start a fire. So I'd have to gather wood, which is up here, and then I can start a fire. Then your bedroll. If you want to sleep outdoors or even inside, you can sleep in your bedroll. You can just roll it out anywhere and sleep in it. Please note to pick it up in the morning. After you're done sleeping, it does not auto pick up. So it's a little, oh snap, there's a wolf. Okay, we're gonna chill in here until our little fluffy friend decides to move on about his day. Because yeah, we don't, oh yeah, I can hear him growling. He probably knows we're in here. Yeah, he doesn't sound real happy. So yeah, we're gonna chill in here. You probably saw that I'm now kneeling. I'm just gonna stay down, just because. Hopefully, you are a little quieter, maybe a little harder to detect. Interesting that it's telling me colder and warmer right there. I'm not sure what the mechanic is behind that, but all right, now that's neither here nor there. So let's see, where's our wolfy friend out here? He's probably close. I don't hear him growling. Do I think I can make a run for it? I don't know. Let's see, can I peek out of this door? No, it's not letting me interact with it. Flares and other light sources, you can hold them and definitely see better. It gets dark in this game, like real dark. So nighttime is a real bitch, especially in a big storm. And again, I love that. I don't know how many games I play, and at night, it might as well not even have a night cycle because it's almost as light as it is during the day. So, when they give you all these cool torches and light sources, and you really don't even need them. But this game is definitely legit. You're going to need light at night. And in a perfect world, though, you're going to be sleeping at night. So I'd like to be doing that. Oh, look at that. There you go. Some of that beautiful artwork. Back in the game's early stages, it gave you exactly the time of day, as if you were wearing a watch. It doesn't now. It just says, it gives you kind of what you think you know how much time is left. So here you are, 2 hours left. And here's your survival counter. So, oh, I can hear some wind kicking up, storm rolling in. Yeah, so let's get the funk out of here. Hopefully, oh, there's our wolfie, at least a wolfie. Hopefully it's the same dude. And we're not, you've got a pack of them around us. So you can see here's some of that stuff I was telling you. Kind of hard to see this guy because he's covered by snow. But there he is. So keep an eye out for stuff sticking out of the snow. Never know what you might find. Energy bar, love that. Oh, look at this. Is he still moving on? Where'd he go? Okay. Doesn't seem too interested in me at this point. Again, crow feathers new. Looks like you can make arrows out of it, which is sweet. Simple tools. We'll definitely take that. First aid kit. So, oh snap. Oh man. Where's... Alright, I heard the bark. Bark's usually not good. Oh, shiza. And here we go, folks. So, here's how you fight. You build up strength with the right click, smack with the right, and I'm done. So, as you can see, don't want to mess with the wolves. Anyways, you click with the left mouse button, and then when you build up your strength bar, you hit the right and you give a little punch. Yeah, that was pretty common. Just don't run into wolves. That's the moral of that story. Look at that, 3 and 34 minutes. That's rocking. Rocking horrible, that is. So, let's quit to the main menu. Anyway, I'm going to cut it here just for time's sake. Real short surface scratch of the Long Dark. I'll definitely be playing a lot more of this. It's one of my quickly becoming one of my all-time favorites, and I'm sure once it's fully done and fully fleshed out, it's going to make it into my top 10 easy. And it's early access alpha on Steam. Go snag it. I just saw I think last week on the Steam sale it was like on a half price, which if I'd been thinking I would have done this video before then to give you guys a heads up to grab it then, but it's more than worth its own weight at full price. So yeah, go pick it up, support these guys and gals. They're a really great studio, and this game's incredible. This is The Long Dark by Hinterland Studios, and this has been Spief33, also known as Jay Copen. Until next time, have yourself a great day.